to my video vlog. I really hope that you're well, that you've had a really good weekend, that you've had a really good week. Got loads and loads of stuff to talk about, okay? My daughter's in the video as well, by the way, she wanted to be in it. I thought it was just before Christmas, so I thought I'll put her in it as well, a little bit. But it's mainly I'm going to be talking, not her. Okay, quite a lot of stuff I've got to get through because I haven't been writing my blog. But firstly, I've had another brilliant week of training, really good week of training, actually. I've gone a lot heavier on everything. I've gone a lot heavier on everything. I've suddenly found I've got this newfound strength. I think it's all the strength that I had before, but because I wasn't doing the typical compound, the typical compound lifts that I was doing before. So I wasn't really, for quite a long time I didn't do them, but I started doing them again. And initially, you know, the weight was quite low, but I've gone back to lifting quite heavy again on things like military press and stuff, which I hadn't done for about a year. And then when I went back to do it, I could only manage like 30. I've got it back up to 35, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'm doing them for higher repetitions as well, so I'm quite pleased at being able to do that much because my shoulders really my shoulders are starting to sort of come out as well now because on Monday, which is like the hardest day of the week for me, Mondays when I do all my, Louise has put it right at the beginning of the week, that's when I do hamstrings, right? I do hamstrings and shoulders. And I thought, and I had a really busy weekend last weekend, so I was working and stuff. And I realised I hadn't put all my gym kit in the washing machine. So I was like panicking on Monday morning. Oh my God, I've got to put all my stuff in the washing machine. Is it going to dry? Is it going to dry? And the bottoms and stuff just hadn't dried in time. The tops, even the tops, it was still quite wet. So I was really panicking, and I was trying to find stuff that I had. What else could I wear? Because I gave most of my sort of other stuff away. I've given a lot of stuff away from when I moved and stuff. So I was like, oh my God. So I found this crop top that I had, quite an old crop top, and I've never worn a crop top or anything like that to this particular gym. I wore stuff in the garage and stuff, and when I used to teach combat, I used to wear it for like, when we used to do like quarterly releases and stuff. But I never actually wore it. I've never actually worn it to this gym because it's such a predominantly male gym. There's like, no women there. So I wouldn't, you know, I don't wear things like that. So I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to have to wear this thing. And I said to Steve, I'm going to have to wear this. There's nothing else for me to wear. Nothing else is dried in time. So I had to wear some combat trousers and like what I used to wear when I used to teach combat when I was really skinny. So I put this crop top on and I went into the gym and I was really nervous. And it's funny because as I stood there in the changing room looking at myself, I realised my abs have really sort of starting to show through now, and all my upper body muscle was really starting to stick out. And I've never actually looked at myself in a crop top since I started dieting, and I've completed like 14 weeks now of dieting. So I just thought, oh my God, I just kind of really looked at myself and I thought, geez, you know, I do really look like a woman who weight trains. I really do. I was like, oh my God. But I felt really nervous, and I thought, this is how I'm going to feel before I step out on stage. I thought I'm going to be absolutely terrified. My heart was actually racing. And I thought, when I step out on stage, I'm going to be so scared. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be so terrified. And it was that same feeling. And it's like, I walked out, I was like, you know what? I train hard, I diet hard, I don't look bad at the moment, I'm not on a depletion right now, and I don't look bad at all. So I just thought, you know what, just go out there and just face it. So I went out there, and I couldn't believe the reaction that I got. I was actually really shocked. I didn't know what to expect, and there were no other women in the gym. I was the only one there. This week I've always been the only female in the gym in the evenings. It's so close to Christmas now, and with office parties and stuff, you know, everybody's out. I mean, on Friday I was the only female in the gym. Friday evening I went in, I trained till quite late, and I was the only woman in there. There was only a handful of us in there anyway, but I was the only female. And again, on Monday I was the only female. So I kind of walked out, and I was really shocked at the reaction. It's like guys who normally see me were now just like really like staring at, doing the double take, and I was like, oh my God. And I tried not to, you know, I just ignored it, but I had to be spotted on quite a lot of things. And so many, I was shocked at the amount of people that came up to me, the amount of men that came up to me and told me how good I'm looking physically they said, you know, you should show your body off more often. You never ever show your body off. You're always covered up. You never show yourself off. And they said you should show yourself off. This is, you train, you're here all the time. It shows. They said it shows. And they were even pointing out all the muscle on my back. They were like, look at this. Look, these are coming out. Look, these are coming out. Look, these are coming out. Look, there. Look, your delts are starting to come out. And I was like, oh my God. So they are. And I said, it's because, you know, I am always covered up. Because like I said, it is a male gym. I would never ever flaunt myself out there or put myself out there. That was the only time I wore a crop top. I'm not going to wear a crop top again now until I've fully depleted down. And I want people to see my six-pack and my oblique lines. And I want them to see all that, because that's how I'll be next year. I want them to see all that, and that's when I'll wear a crop top. Just so that they can see that, you know, I trained hard and this is how I looked. But, I mean, I did have like a really, really good training week, though. It was absolutely brilliant. Like I said, I went really heavy, really hard. And I was just determined. That determination to win, that determination to win body fitness, to be the first ever British Muslim woman to get that pro card. It's there. Whatever madness I had, it's back. It never went, but it's back with full vengeance, really. And it's just I was just very, very determined. Like when I was on the treadmill in the mornings, you know, doing my fasted steady state, you know, I just thought to myself, you know what, I want to win body fitness, not only for myself, but I want to win it for every single British-born Asian person in the UK. You know, I was like, I want to do it for them, not just for myself. I want to do it for them as well, because I just think like Muslim people are just so badly represented. It's like, oh, they're all suicide bombers. Oh, they're all this. Muslim women are repressed. So many guys are actually saying to me that you don't fit that typical stereotype of Muslim women being repressed and wearing a headscarf and all of that. You know. Not there's anything wrong with that. For me personally, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just I'm not a religious person. But, you know, there's just really bad stereotypes. I just want to kind of show that, you know, not all Muslim people are like that. You know, they are a minority, you know, the extreme people. But I just think everybody just gets tarnished with the same brush. So I'm like, you know what, I want to win it, just not for myself, but for every British-born, you know, Asian person, really, be they Hindu, Sikhs, doesn't matter, you know, just for everyone, really. I just want to do it for everybody. So I just prove to myself that I can do it. But